Hello and welcome to the section on list. In this section, you will be learning what is a list, the need to go for a list, the implementation of a list in Python, and some of the operations that can be performed on a list. So what is the need to go for a list? Assume you're a teacher of a classroom and you need to maintain a record that holds the names of all your students. So say you have 30 students in your class. So in order to store the names of 30 students, you will have to create 30 variables. Now what if you had 1000 students? You would have had to create 1000 variables, which could be pretty tiring. Now a list is used to eliminate such problems. A list is a container which is used to store a collection of objects which can be accessed by a single name. And in order to access each student in a list, we do that by mentioning the index position of that student. Now let's go ahead and implement a list in Python. Let's go ahead and open Python's idle environment and get started with learning how to implement a list. The syntax to define a list is to have a list name and the objects of a list within a pair of square brackets. So I could have object 1, object 2, object 3, and so on. For example, say you wanted to create a list of your favorite fruits. How do you do that? I create a list called favorite fruits and assign it with values apple, mango, and finally strawberry. Now if I print my list, it should return the list apple, mango, and strawberry. Now to access the values from a list, we use indexing. In case you missed the lecture on indexing from the section strings, indexing is used to retrieve values from a list or a string. Indexing starts with the value 0, which means the first element of my list has an index value 0, the second element has an index value 1, the third element an index value 2, and so on. So if I wanted to print the first element of my list favorite fruits, I would say favorite fruits, the index value within a pair of square bracket, which is 0 for apple. Now if I wanted to print strawberry, I would say favorite fruits, the index value for strawberry is 2, and hence I mention the value 2, so I get the output as strawberry. Now let's see how to modify a list. Say for some reason you say mango is no longer your favorite fruit. You would like to replace it with orange. What do you do then? You modify your list by entering the name of your list and the index of the fruit which you want to replace. Now mango has an index value 1 and you mention the value 1. You assign it with the new value orange. And now when you print your list, you get the value apple, orange, and strawberry. The value of mango has been replaced with orange. That's the end of this lecture. You learned how to create a list, how to access a list using index, and how to modify a list. The next lecture, we will be discussing various list operations which we can perform, and I'll see you there. Thank you.